Hi everyone, I'm Kalpana from Cloud.in and it's great to have you all with us today. Before starting the session, I would like to mention few points. All attendees are muted by default and cannot be unmuted during the session. We will have a question and answer session at the end of the presentation. If in case you have questions in between the session, please raise an electronic hand to grab speaker's attention or ask a question through the question section. So today's webinar topic is de-risking your AWS migration, common pitfalls, and how Cloud.in helps you avoid them. We are here to talk about something that's both exciting and, let's be honest, a little challenging for many companies, like cloud migration, specifically to AWS. We all know cloud adoption is picking up fast, but when businesses rush to migrate without understanding what's involved, it often leads to disruptions, delays, and unexpected costs. That's exactly what we are going to help you avoid today. In this session, we will break it all down. No heavy jargon, no overwhelming technical detail, just real world insights and practical takeaways based on what we have learned by helping clients across different industries and make the move successfully. Let me start with a quick introduction to who we are. Cloud.in is a part of hosting services, and we have been helping businesses embrace the cloud for over 26 years now. With 130 plus cloud migrations completed, 100 plus certifications across our team, and clients from across sectors, we have seen the challenges and we have helped overcome them. Our mission has always been simple: help businesses unlock the full potential of cloud without falling into common traps. And with our help, with our team available 24 into 7 and a deep bench of certified AWS professionals, we have built a reputation as a trusted partner in the cloud journey. When it comes to cloud, we offer everything from start to finish. Whether you are looking to plan your cloud strategy, move to workloads, optimize your spend, or even implement cutting edge solutions like generative AI, we are here to guide and support. Think of us as your extended cloud team. We don't just provide technical support, we align cloud to your business goals. That means better performance, smoother operations, and of course, a strong bottom line. What sets us apart is our cross-industry experience. We have worked with businesses in finance, healthcare, media, education, manufacturing, and even the public sector. Why is that important? Because each industry has its own set of challenges: regulatory, technical, operational, and our team knows how to adapt cloud strategies to fit those specific needs. Whether you are a startup scaling fast or large enterprise modernizing legacy systems, we have been there and we know how to get results. Here's a quick look at what we will be covering today. We will start with why AWS migration is so important in today's landscape. Then dive into the reality behind cloud moves, not just the benefits, but the risks too. We'll look at what can go wrong when migrations are rushed, the challenges many organizations face, and then bring it to life with a real client use case. Finally, we'll talk about best practices for smooth migration and why having the right partner makes a big difference. And of course, we'll end with some time for your questions. Let's start with a big question. Why is everyone talking about cloud migration and why now? Well, the way businesses operate is changing fast. We are moving toward remote work, faster customer delivery, automation, and on-demand scalability. And the cloud supports all of that. But the move to AWS or any cloud isn't just a tech upgrade, it's a business transformation. You are not just moving files from one server to another. You are changing how your systems operate, how they scale, how they are secured, and how you manage them. And if done right, it can unlock speed, savings, and innovation. But if not, it can backfire. In today's digital world, businesses are expected to move fast. Customers want instant experiences. Teams need reliable infrastructure, and budgets are tighter than ever. Cloud helps you meet all these demands if it's done right. The problem: many companies are still on old premises servers. They were great 10 years ago, but now they're like a flip phones in a 5G world. You're missing out on performance, flexibility, and most importantly, cost savings. So the urgency to migrate is real, but so are the risks. Let's talk about the ground reality. Cloud migration is not just a lift and shift operation. Everything in your infrastructure, apps, databases, dependencies is interconnected. If you move one piece without considering the rest, you could break something critical. A lot of teams underestimate the complexity. They hear someone say, let's just move it over the weekend, and they go for it. But then come the surprises, hidden costs, missed dependencies, misconfigurations. The truth is, successful migration needs a clear plan, the right tools, constant testing, and well-aligned team. I want to share a real example. We worked with an e-commerce company that wanted to migrate to AWS quickly. Their plan was to move everything over a weekend, minimal preparations, minimal testing. What went wrong? Well, apps broke because dependencies were not accounted for. Some services were misconfigured and left running, and internal team were not clear on responsibilities. Eventually, they hit a pause, brought in our team, created a phased roadmap, tested properly, and turned it around. They avoided further downtime and reduced their cloud bill by 20%. That's the power of slowing down to do it right. We see certain issues over and over again. The most common one, no clear migration roadmap. Without a strategy, you are just guessing, and that's when mistakes pile up. Then there's the tech side, legacy systems that are not cloud friendly, outdated software that needs rebuilding, or apps that simply can't run in a cloud native environment. And if cost tracking isn't a set up from day one, you'll likely get a surprise in your billing dashboard. Beyond the technical, there's also people challenge. Many in-house teams just don't have deep cloud experience yet. It's a different skill set than managing traditional IT. Cloud needs a mindset shift, more automation, more monitoring, more DevOps. And let's not forget team alignment. If your developers, IT admins, and leaderships are not working together, you'll hit delays, miscommunication, and possibly rework. What can go wrong? The risks are very real. If your systems go down during business hours, your customers can't access your app. That's revenue lost and damage to your brand. Or you might set up things the wrong way and end up paying unused resources. We have seen teams forgot to shut down test environments or run, run auto scaling too aggressively. That's how small oversights become big costs. There are also some quitter risks like data security. If you are transferring sensitive data without encryption or proper access controls, you are exposed. One wrong move and it's compliance issue or a breach. And when teams are not coordinated, timelines slip and budgets expand. That's why migration should not be treated a weekend task. It's a business critical project. Let me walk you through a success story. We helped a fintech company that was outgrowing their on-prem setup. They faced performance issues and could not scale during peak hours. We used a rehost approach, moving their workloads to AWS, but also fine-tuned their architecture. We added auto-scaling, implemented monitoring tools, and worked with their team to ensure everything was optimized. The result: 30% cost saving, zero downtime, and faster feature updates. They moved firefighting to focused growth. Lessons from the use case. What made the difference here? First, a clear plan. We did not start moving anything without defining the what, when, and how. Second, we use the right AWS tools for their needs, EC2, RDS, CloudWatch. And third, they had a partner in us who's done this many times before. That helped them skip the guesswork and get it right. So, what can you do to make your migration smooth? Start with an assessment. Know what you have, where it's going, and what success looks like. Involve everyone early, not just IT, but also developers, business heads, even finance. Cloud migration affects everyone. Then move in phases. Don't try to lift your entire infrastructure in one go. Start small, learn, adjust, and scale up. Make the most of AWS tools like Migration Hub, DMS, and Cloud Endure. They exist to make your job easier. And finally, don't be afraid to bring in experts. The right partner can save your time, cost, and headaches. So, why cloud.in? We have helped businesses of all sizes, from fintechs to educational institutions to media companies, make this move successfully. Our team is AWS certified, experienced, and focused on outcomes, not just tasks. We understand that every migration is different. That's why we take a consultative approach, one that's tailored, proven, and scalable. With us, you won't just migrate, you'll transfer. And that brings us to the end of the session. Thank you for sticking with me. I hope this gave you a clearer picture of the cloud migration journey, both the challenges and opportunities. Now, I'd love to open it to your questions, whether it's something technical, strategic, or even just curiosity. Feel free to ask. And if you prefer to chat one on one later, I'd be more than happy to connect. Do you have any questions? Please raise your electronic hands if you have any questions related to the session. काय विचारू तुला? काय विचारू? Hey Pankaj. Hello Pankaj, you there? Hey Pankaj. Pankaj, you there?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Yes. What's the question?
Yeah, yeah. So just wanted to check with you what migration tools we can use.
I'm unable to hear you, Pankaj. Can you please be a little bit louder?
Yeah, just I wanted to know which migration tools we can use.
I guess you're facing some network issue. I can't hear you. Can you please post your question over the chat?
Okay, sure. Yep. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yep. So I wanted to know which migration tools we can use as per your experience, whether it is a lift and shift or maybe if we consider any modernization of the cloud.
Okay, so migration, right? So when we talk about the migration, so
Mhm.
basically, first of all, we need to consider the strategies, that 7R strategies, right? So whether it is a lift and shift migration, any replatforming, or maybe restructuring of the application is required, retaining, right? Or we need to retire few services. So once we are sorted with our strategy for migration, then we comes the second tool, that there is a, if we are migrating the application, there is a service called MGN, right? The application migration service. So basically, the idea is there would one agent would be installed in the source server, and it will replicate the application, the OS, in the volume, everything, right? And going forward with the process, there would be the cutover window. So idea is that your application is completely migrated onto the destination server, onto AWS. So once it is done, then we have to carefully look at that all the files and everything are being replicated onto AWS cloud. All right. So so that's the one thing regarding the application. And if we are migrating the database, right, so then we can take the help of database migration server, right? So that is DMS, we call it. So schema, everything, and what do you call it? This CDC, capture data. I mean, whatever the data is, schema conversion and all. So it take care of all those things, right? So the application migration service and the DMS, database migration service. So these two we can use,
Okay, okay. Yep.
right?
Thank you. Yep.
I guess there was one more question from Pooja. Are you there, Pooja? Pooja Ramakrishnan? Are you there, Pooja?
Hello,
Yeah. I guess
am
you
I
have
audible?
raised your.
Yes,
Yes, yes.
I wanted to check with you guys. I mean, simply wanted to know at what pace do you think enterprises, organizations are open these days to adapt the cloud technologies, and or are they, or you feel that they are still resistant towards moving towards cloud? What are the factors which stop them from taking this call of moving their entire things towards clouds? Do you think there are certain challenges, or the enterprises are very open towards? I simply need to know what's the mindset being there.
Okay, so first of all, there are two, three approaches, right? If you talk
Mhm.
about the very traditional approach, those who are still having their workload running on-premises data center, right? And they've been running their IT workload on-premises server only. So they becomes very, hesitant when it comes to any cloud services, right? The first and foremost reason being they have to learn few things, right? And probably their team is not into that mindset that breaking the silos and learning new technologies. That's one, right? But what is the point where they realize that it is a high time to shift on cloud? So first thing is this, that server managing server, doing the lot of operational things become difficult for them, right? So, and one more thing that has been seen with lot of enterprises, that they do not have the proper backup and DRS strategy, right? So suppose anything goes wrong, and if there any disaster is strikes, so they do not have any backup applications. So that's become a vulnerability. And apart from that, the scaling, if we talk about the scaling, so suppose there is a increase in the traffic, then their servers are maybe not able to scale as per the request pattern. And one more thing, with the cloud, you can reduce the cost of failure. So when I call it a reducing a cost of failure, that means suppose you want to test any application, right? So what are the options for that? You can even procure the server, and then perform that application. You can host on top of it, and then once this testing is done, what will you do with that server now? So again, that is a upfront cost which you have paid for procuring those hardwares, but now it is of no use, right? So again, this is a capital investment from your end. But cloud, if you want to test any application, right? So you will just take a one EC2 server, test it out, and if everything goes well, you can discard that, right? So you are not paying anything extra. So these are the few points where every enterprise is they've realized, and keeping in mind that they need to scale, or maybe they need to explore the cloud, considering all these parameters. So now they are changing their mindset. Even if we talk about the education vertical, or maybe healthcare, right, or maybe the banking sector, or any NPOs, NGOs, or maybe the government verticals, right? So there is a clear mandate that they should have their backup on cloud, right? Okay, it is okay that you keep one set of data on premises, but you have to have your backup on the cloud as well. And same goes for the finance, bankings, right? So there are clear mandates. So I guess now every industry is having its workload on cloud, and those who are not yet on cloud, they are doing partnership, and they are making their engagements with the partners ecosystem, so that they can have their workload hosted on cloud.
I see. Thank you for answering.
Yeah.
So thank you all for sharing all of the information. I hope you are all energized as I am after this fruitful session. Thank you all for joining us today. We'll look forward to connecting with you further and helping you unlock the full potential of serverless on AWS. Don't hesitate to reach out if you have any further questions. You can mail us at sales@cloud.in. Thank you again. Thank you all.